What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. This video is all about this TCL 98-inch S5 television. Now, right now, at the time of making this video, it is literally only $2,500, which might sound like a lot, but when you factor in that this thing is 98 inches, it's an insane deal. Buy this. Now, one other thing, I'm not gonna go into crazy detail with this video because of the fact that I've done two videos on this already. One was a setup video with how to, if you wanna hang it up on your wall, I have a video on that, so I'll link that down below with the mount that I used. And then the second one was a complete walkthrough of the television, like how to use it, the remote, the features, the tips and tricks. It was a really long video. You can check that one out as well. Again, both those videos linked down below. So in this video, I'm gonna show you things that I love and don't love about the TV, which most of it is total love here. First of all, you can see, it's, for 98 inches, it's pretty thick. It weighs like, I think it's like 120 pounds, but me and my buddy had no problem picking this up and hanging it on the wall. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it would be, especially if you're doing it with two people. Here's the angle of the television. I'm gonna kind of go from, and sorry for the reflections, but it's sunny out, and if you see reflections on the television, you're gonna see that. But otherwise, the picture is amazing. It's really, really good picture that you're gonna get overall. So you can see Miss Julia Child in the background right there. Let me put it on a video. So here you go, nice bright picture on here, the video that we're playing here. And just to show you can see it at every angle. So if you're worried about, being able to see this at certain angles, you totally can. Here's a good angle of seeing the whole TV. And then move it to the front. And I do have it at max brightness, and this room does get bright, and I can totally see the television. So no problems with, this being in a bright room. It's gonna do perfectly fine. And you can see, again, from the sides and the front, you don't really lose any color quality or brightness or anything like that. It really holds its own with the brightness, color clarity, all that stuff. Now, this TV does run Google TV, and I have to say, out of all the Google TV experiences I've had on a television, like built right in, this one is the smoothest. Very, very fast and fluid. Really no issues with lag or anything like that. Sometimes when you get these, they're a little laggy. This one, not at all. It's been fantastic. I have a bunch of apps installed. You can see my apps right here that I have installed, and just going into them, you can see here's HBO Max. We'll let this load up in real time just to not trick you at all. Open it up, and look at this, completely fine. We'll even play something real quick. We'll jump back into National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation just to show you what that looks like with this. And look it, perfectly fine, plays great, loads up great, can go home back. Jump into another app. We'll jump into Spotify super quick here and let that load up. And this is just a music app. But what's cool about Spotify is that when you play music, you can turn this into a karaoke machine because of the fact that you get this huge display. But when you're playing your music, just to show you, let me go into Christmas classics, and we'll choose a Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. And I can go into over to the right here, and instantly I have a karaoke machine. So it's freaking amazing having that and being able to play all that music and all that fun stuff with this. And then also with Android TV, if you've never used it before, it has all the apps that you want. It has games built into here. You can play some, light gaming like Crossy Road or listen to music. It's got all your television apps that you want. And it's not showing some of them because I already have them installed, but it has the Netflixes and the Hulus and the Disney Plus. Anything that you would want that's mainstream, it has it, and it has a lot of stuff that's not mainstream as well. It has everything. So if you're looking for something, this TV software has it, and it runs perfectly beautiful on here. I'll show you the settings real quick. Again, I've done a full video on that, but just to show you, when you come over here and you pop into settings, you got your channels and inputs, you got your displays and sound. If you want to mess with any of the settings on your TV or your audio or any of that stuff, you can. Your Wi-Fi, you've got privacy, you got your apps, so you can come in here, uninstall or close them out if you're having issues with them. You got your system settings and all that stuff. So again, runs great. Here's some gaming. I've got Fortnite on here, and the gaming, again, you can go up to 4K 144 hertz, but most gaming consoles will only do 4K 120 hertz. And then high-end gaming on these consoles will only do like 4K 60. Like this only does 4K 60. So, realistically, I'm only getting that amount on here because the game can't handle 4K 120. Oh, I almost got this guy. I got him. So, you can do some impressive stuff on here. And I want to show you something pretty cool that's built into this television when you're playing it. And that is when and I showed this in one of my videos that I just did on this television, when you press and hold the button that has 3 lines, you get this menu that shows you can take a screenshot. I'll take a quick screenshot and I'll show you where that goes in a moment. You can change the color, or actually the brightness, and depending upon what type of game you are, you can really do some fun stuff on this to adjust the way the game looks. You can turn on shadows and have like 3 levels of different colors of shadow, or actually more than that, I think it's 10. No, 9. 9 levels of shadow enhancement if you want, or turn it off. You got an aiming aid if you want to show, where you should shoot or whatever. You got your menu system that, has all this stuff built into it. So I love that they put an emphasis on gaming, because gaming is important, especially with a television this big. It's so impressive and amazing that, you're not gonna only wanna play and watch movies on here, you're gonna wanna game on here. It's a massive thing. And obviously you might want to turn on sports as well and do that kind of thing. But it's just so awesome, all the things you can do with this television. But gaming looks amazing. The colors are bright and beautiful, or you can dim them down if you want. It has the multiple HDMI ports so that you can have multiple consoles connected to it. You also gotta remember, if you're playing a game that has multiple people on that same console, like say you're playing some Mario game or a game on the PlayStation that allows for 2 or more players. Think about Mario Kart, doing 4 players on here. Each of you are gonna have a massive, massive display to play with, because this is a 98-inch display. Most people's biggest television is like what? Sometimes 55 or 65 inches. This destroys that, the size of this. And it's just so awesome. I love the wow factor. That's my favorite thing about this television, is its wow factor. It's so awesome. So like you saw, we've got that screenshot. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna show you where those go. And hit my home button. I'm gonna go down to look at all my apps. And when I go into my gallery app, I now have that screenshot. So if I did something really cool in a game, I can capture that. I can delete it if I want. But it's really nice to be able to see that stuff. It just adds a level of control to this that a lot of TVs don't have. This is a super cool feature. Now, I personally use a soundbar from Sonos. That's the Sonos Arc. But you could also use the built-in speakers, and the speakers are crazy because they have this huge speaker in the back of the television. I don't know if we're gonna be able to show you. Actually, let me pull this out a little bit. So you can probably see it. It's kind of wrapped around the light. You get this awesome speaker. So I'm gonna let you hear the speaker with just the built-in speakers for this television.
How could you let it all go? Where there once was so much promise, a life you made that you chose.
Here's the remote, and I do a full walkthrough on the remote, so I'll just kind of show you real quick what it looks like. But the remote works great. It's Bluetooth enabled, so you don't have to worry about like pointing it directly at the television or anything like that. It's very easy to follow, and you can buy a bunch of these if you lose them. They sell them pretty much anywhere with TCL, televisions, things like that. So let's talk about the things that I really, really like about this. I love the interface of this television. Android TV has all the apps that you would want. I love the complete massiveness of it. 98 inches is insane, guys. 98 inches is going to blow away. It's the centerpiece of your room. It's the wow factor. It's having people over watching sports, playing video games, watching movies, YouTube videos. Anything is amazing on this television, and you're gonna be seriously completely blown away by it. I love that I can mount it. I found a mount that works, and it works great with it. And I was a little worried about that, and thanks for my friend B the Installer who helped me out with it, which again, if you wanna watch those videos, they're linked down below. That was a massive weight lifted off my shoulders, but it does come with feet, so you can just, put it on a table if you have a table that's long enough. The sound is quite impressive, but I will admit, I still would want, personally, a sound bar. But if you don't want to spend the extra money to get a sound bar, don't. You'll be fine with the sound that's built into this. I love the multiple HDMI ports. It has 4 HDMI ports. The fourth one is an eARC port, but you can use it if you don't, as a regular HDMI. The third one is 4K 60 as well. And then 1 and 2 are 144 hertz and 120 hertz. So you can get some crazy gaming sessions if you want, or just plug whatever you want into them as well. And then the picture quality. I'm completely fine with it. Is it the best television I've ever looked at in my life in terms of picture quality? No, it's not. OLED still looks better than it. QLED televisions that have beautiful screens and are super high end, they look better than it. But does this have a really good picture, and it's good for bright environments, and then you can see it at every angle, and the colors are good, and it's massive, and it's amazing? Yes. The other part you gotta remember too with this television is that, and I'm gonna kind of freestyle it here a little bit. I'm gonna go into ultra wide, which I already was in. You can fit this on any wall. You can literally fit it on any wall. And for the most part, like I have it here, but it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like more or less 87 inches wide, 50 inches tall. And if you measure that out, you can pretty much put it anywhere. Like I could put it there if I wanted to. I don't know if I could fit it there, but it might be a little close. Probably not. It's probably a little bit too big for that. But there's multiple places you can put that television. So you don't have to worry about, it's so big. It is big, but you can pretty much put it anywhere. If you just measure it out, and if you can, you're gonna have an amazing deal. $2,500, awesome television, looks great, plays great. I'm loving it. I'm seriously loving it. It's like, to be honest with you, it's probably my tech device of the year. I'm so blown away by it, even though it's just a television. And it's the massiveness of it. It's the cool factor. I love it. I was definitely the most excited about this thing over anything else that I can remember all year long. Thanks for watching. If you want to pick it up, link down below. I say you do. It's an amazing deal right now. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.